I take you out on the night cruise on a yacht. Just can't lose, cause we got a lot to look forward to. That's my jam. Tell me what kind of man would treat this woman so cold. My mic. Treat her like she's nothing when she's worth more than gold. Girl, you need her like a diamond. I love the way you shine. $100 million treasure. I give the world a make mine. Alright. If that motherfucker can get it, I can get it. Shit. He was getting it, wasn't he? That motherfucker said, fuck Panda Express. I'm about to go for mine, goddammit. My dude was getting it. Oh. Man, what's up, man? How y'all doing, fam? We here. It's Sunday night. It is Sunday night, man. It's Sunday night. We're right on time. I'm on time in this mug tonight. So we are here ready to do our thing. We are here ready to do our fizzle. Oh, man, we up in the room heavy tonight. We're here. But when my dude said, I take you on a night cruise on a yacht, I said, go ahead and mispronounce that fucking yacht, nigga. That don't mean nothing. He sang through that. He said on a yacht. Oh, man. What's up, Miss Braxton, Garveyite, Texas lady, Go Mac, Afro-Canadian. Oh, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Man. Where's Aki? I got to make Aki a mod in here before we start getting the troll influx. What's up, Marcus Black? We got to get... Let me get Aki. What's up, Harlem? How you doing, Playboy? I'm going to let Harlem mod some of y'all niggas, too. I can trust Harlem. Who else we got? Oh, yeah, y'all been listening to some of my old mixtapes. Oh, what's up, Miss Aki? We got everybody say what's up to Aki. She's in the house. Hey, people are circulating, man. People are circulating my old mixtapes. I guess they're trying to out me. Look at all this gangster shit this nigga was talking. I've talked about those mixtapes a million times. All right, y'all. All right. Y'all not outing me. I've talked about those mixtapes. Now people are discovering them. And it's like, now people want to buy them. I'm like, dude, I don't have no copies of that bullshit. I did that shit when I was a kid. I'm going to find those master tapes. I got to dig and find the master tapes. I'm going to put some of them shits out since people keep asking about them. People keep asking about those old mixtapes from the early, mid-90s. I'm going to put them joints out because everybody keeps asking about them now. Man. Yes, indeed. Because shit, they selling them on eBay. I know that. I got the master tape somewhere. I don't know. Dude, this shit is so old. I mean, we're talking about some shit from 20-something years ago. Man. Oh, yeah. Yeah. What's up, E. Junior? Yeah. Yes, indeed. So we got a lot to talk about tonight. Shout out to everybody I ran into at LA County Fair. I was at LA County Fair yesterday with the family. We went to LA County Fair. Had a good time. I ran into a lot of the listeners and fans of Hidden Colors. So shout out to everybody. Don't forget, family, we're going to be in St. Louis, Ferguson, the University of Missouri, St. Louis, at the JCPenney Theater, Saturday, October 4th. That's in a couple of weeks. Saturday, October 4th. 5:30 p.m., JCPenney Theater. We're doing a screening of Hidden Colors 3. Admission is absolutely free to get in. And I'm going to be there. I'm going to have a discussion afterwards because we got a lot to talk about down there in Ferguson about making some changes down there. It's time for brothers and sisters to really get up on the ball. You can get more information at Recall 4 Mike, and that's the number 4. You type in the number 4. recallformike.com and everything like that. Where are my St. Louis people? If you're from St. Louis, press 2, because I know you're going to be in the house October 4th. So we can chop up game, take photos, and I just love the people down there in St. Louis, Ferguson. Real good people, and it's going to be nice, really politicking with everybody. So where are my St. Louis people? What's up, K. Joe? Yes, we do need more Akis. And there's a lot of Akis out there, but they're just afraid to really speak up. There's a lot of sisters out there who got their minds together and got real good sense like Aki, but they're afraid to speak up because you got so many villainous, vicious coonettes who will attack them. And that's the problem. You got a lot of people who will attack sisters who will speak against the fuckery. And that's the problem. We got to set up a situation where we can protect women who want to speak up and speak out against fuckery and speak up for the community. What's up, Black Hermit? You said my face is ashy? No, nigga. I had my face in your mom's titties and she had too much baby powder on them shits. That's all. This is baby powder. This is not ash, nigga. Blame your moms. But like I said, we need to create a protection mechanism for sisters who really want to speak up for the community. You dig? We need to do that. We need to have that in place. So we got to get that popping. Kept Williams on Twitter, other page. Have your church people so you can follow me back. Okay. But again, the problem we got a lot of problems. Number one, the main problem is systematic white supremacy. I always call that out. We got a problem with systematic white supremacy. That's the problem. I'm waiting on us to get to 1,000 people. We're almost at 1,000 already. We're gonna be in here heavy tonight. But again, go to recallformike.com to get more information on coming down to the Ferguson, St. Louis area for the screening. Everybody down there should come on through because cats really need to see some of the solutions in Hidden Colors and really get that game. I'm going to talk about that right now, Harlem. Oh, yeah, we're going to get deep into that. We're going to get deep into that. Now, y'all know how I am about the Negro bedwench movement. Ever since this whole Ray Rice thing popped off, we got a lot of mainstream feminist groups, and I talked about this on my last show. A lot of mainstream feminist groups coming out, throwing Ray Rice under the bus, making him the face of domestic violence and violence against women, making him the face of it. And that's something that they've always done. That goes back to the 1800s. When you look at people like Ida B. Wells, some of the people, the so-called feminist groups she was working with, they would do real slick stuff behind the scenes. They would get around other white supremacists and start throwing black folks, men and women, under the bus, and Ida B. Wells would call them out. She had a lot of beefs with some of those mainstream feminist groups. So this is old game. See, the white supremacists, they don't even have to update their game on black folks. They keep using the tried and proven methods on us every time. During the 1960s and 70s, the white supremacists within certain feminist organizations, they would wheel out unknown black females. One person in particular named Michelle Wallace. They brought this woman out, put her on covers of magazines, and she had this very anti-male book out called Black Macho. And they promoted this book in the dominant society. And, I mean, this was a woman nobody never heard of. They do this now. They'll pick and pluck some random black person who's basically an internet troll or whoever, disguising themselves as a black feminist, and then have them regurgitate a lot of white supremacist rhetoric. And also, they will get them to start demanding that the black community is more policed. So you have a lot of these internet trolls recently in the last few days because of the Ray Rice situation coming out, being pushed out by mainstream media outlets, going on tangents talking about how The black community needs to be policed more. There need to be more laws against black people. And when you see those in the dominant society pushing people out doing this, that's a red flag. That's beyond a red flag. That's beyond a red flag, and people like that are very dangerous. Black people like that. And this has been done several times. You had a lot of Negro bedwench mentality having people coming out, jumping on this Ray Rice situation, talking about how black males should be punished extra, there should be more policing and more laws. The thing is this. At this point, people, the white supremacists are not giving you that little temporary sanctuary. And I'm speaking directly to the handful of Negro bedwenches out here. Not all, because the majority of sisters ain't on that, and that's a good thing. But you have the Negro bedwenches in very strategic parts of the black community. The dominant society at this point, they've tolerated some of these Negro bedwench mentality having females, disguising themselves as black feminists, because they're not really black feminists. The dominant society, they've tolerated them. They've gritted their teeth like, okay, I really don't like her, but she's going to help us get more of them. So we'll tolerate having her sitting here. We're gritting our teeth while she's here, but this is strategic. Now, the dominant society, they're in a position now where they're not giving the Negro bedwench any sanctuary. They're throwing you right up under the bus with the brothers and everybody else. This is why we've seen so many sisters get beat up by cops and nothing's done about it. And a lot of these women with the Negro bedwench mentality, and every sister who dates interracially doesn't have a Negro bedwench mentality, but there are a lot of them who do. A lot of people thought, the Negro bedwenches thought, that if they date or marry interracially and throw brothers under the bus, that there was going to be like a little safe spot for them alongside white supremacy. They thought that they were going to live their days happily ever after in the comforts of white supremacy, long as they throw the other Negroes and Negresses under the bus. Those days are over. And y'all are learning the hard way. There was an actress, Danielle Watts. And she seems like a very sweet sister. I don't know too much about this lady. I'm not even saying she's a Negro bedwench. I'm not saying that at all. But she's a sister. She was in the movie Django. She played the slave in Django. And she's been in a whole bunch of other things. Seems like a very sweet sister. And our sister was victimized. And what happened to her speaks volumes. Danielle Watts was out here in LA in Studio City. She has a white husband. And her and her husband were outside. She was standing on the street kissing her husband. They had public displays of affection. And, you know, and let's be very honest, a lot of times when you see a lot of sisters who do date or marry interracially, I notice there's a lot of overboard public displays of affection. I saw that last night when I was at the LA County Fair. I noticed that. It was her boyfriend, not her husband. I heard it was her husband. But I noticed that a lot of sisters who date interracially, boy, when you get that white husband, you let it be known when you get in public. The public displays of affection are heavy. And a lot of brothers too. A lot of brothers get on that too. A lot of brothers, when they date interracially, when black couples are out, you know, they look like, you know, they always look like they just got through fighting. But when a brother is out with a white lady, that nigga is cupcaked up. Black people got a bad habit of cupcaking heavy with other races of people when you go out. Oh, black folks will cupcake no matter how hideous the other race of the person is, no matter what. You are cupcaking heavy. You are holding hands, kicking cans, grinning. You dig? So it's not just the sisters who do that. A lot of brothers too. Oh yeah, black couples, they always got this. Both of them are mean mugging. But dude, back to Danielle. So she was out there just celebrating her interracial love, as a lot of women do. So it's her boyfriend. I thought it was the husband. I was hearing that it was her husband, but it's her boyfriend. Okay. So she's out here cupcaking with her husband. The police come because the police sees this. They see a white male out here publicly having affection with this black female. They're kissing and displaying public affection. They think, okay, this is a prostitute. They're like, she must be out here hoeing. No way a white man would be in this nice area kissing up on a negress. She must be out here selling pussy in broad daylight. We need to go holler at her. So the police stepped to her, accusing her of being a prostitute. And they wanted to see ID and all this stuff. She didn't show ID, so they handcuffed her. The interesting thing about that is if she's accused of being a hoe, this is what people, they just kind of overlook this. If she's supposed to be a hoe, then he must be a trick. So both of them are allegedly doing something illegal. If she's hoeing, he's tricking, and both of them should have been in cuffs. But he's there taking pictures of her in handcuffs. She's all crying like, oh God, that wake-up call is sinking in. She's all crying, and he's there taking pictures. And I'm like, how is he not detained too if she's supposed to be a hoe? So it's like the white supremacy is just dripping. The racism in this situation is just dripping. Okay, but forget about him showing the ID. If he shows an ID and says, okay, I ain't no trick, what's she handcuffed for? There's no reason why he shouldn't be handcuffed and she's sitting up there crying with cuffs on. If both of them, if she's hoeing and he must be tricking. But they didn't handcuff him. And they never really, the laws against prostitution and pimping and all that, that's against black folk. It's always been against black people. Those laws are set up specifically against black people. That's why the Johns and the Tricks, they get slaps on the wrist, and the hoes and the pimps always get the negative stigma because that's a lot of black people who are in the game get into that. And that it's been like that since the beginning of the prostitution pimping game in America. The laws were specifically made against black folks. It's real heavy, deep shit. But a lot of the trolls, a lot of people who were going in on Ray Rice about harming women, all of these women's groups that were having a field day talking about women's rights and Ray Rice and women's rights, Ray Rice. Why are these women so damn quiet now? Why are all of these women's groups so quiet? These women's groups, it's just crickets coming from these women's groups. The Negro bedwenches are quiet. All of these trolls disguising themselves as black feminists, they're kind of quiet about it too. The hypocrisy of it. All of these Negro bedwenches who be talking about don't mess with black men, white is right. You know those little websites and Facebook pages that have black women and white men promoting that, making it seem like that's the new thing, the best thing since sliced bread. What's that? There's one website, Beyond Black and White. Have y'all heard about that one? That's a website where they celebrate black women getting into interracial relationships with white males. And they have a very anti-black man stance. Beyond Black and White, they're good at that. All of those trolls disguised as black feminists on Beyond Black and White, take a gander at that page if you get a chance. They're kind of quiet right now because now they see that there is no safe haven. You can't bedwench your way out of white supremacy if you're a black person. You cannot bedwench your way out of it. And just because you date interracially, that doesn't make you a bedwench. But what makes you a bedwench is having the mentality that you're going to throw other black people under the bus and create a safe haven for yourself by dating interracially. That's the thing that makes you a bedwench. And that's the problem. A lot of us get fooled by the tricks of white supremacy. And a lot of brothers get fooled too. Because again, I've had white women call up my show who are in relationships with black men and they have the same white supremacist views as everybody else. And a lot of people are getting that wake-up call. The days of sisters out here throwing brothers under the bus for your own safety, that's done. Those days are gone. Those days are gone. So standing there crying and all that old stuff, those days are gone. White supremacy has ramped their game up. They're not giving you no pass no more. The white supremacy lottery is in full effect. They're getting all of us. That's why they've been beating the brakes off black women out here. None of these women groups are saying anything. And some of you black folks out here, and men too, there's a lot of dudes out here who think that they're going to get a pass. I saw some coons on a clip of some coons on ESPN trying to talk down on Ray Rice. And not only Ray Rice, but they were talking about, it was another athlete who got locked up for abusing his kid. Basically gave his son a spanking, I think. And there were some coons on ESPN. Look, the coons, the bedwenchers, there is no sanctuary for you. Getting on, one of these Negroes was on there talking about his mama. My mama was wrong for beating me. My mama was so wrong for beating me. Okay. I'm like, okay. These coons are getting real desperate. These Chris Carr, I think that's his name. He was on there talking about his mama was wrong. When you get on TV and you throw your mama under the bus, there's a special section of the ain't shit bus that you should be on. You ain't shit. For real. What did Terry Crews do? I heard Crispy was doing. I think didn't Terry Crews have to block Crispy from trolling him? What was that about? I hate to. I try not to get into too much of what Crispy got going on because I really don't give a shit. Because Crispy is still making videos about me. The dude can't take an L. Crispy cannot take an L for nothing. This dude, boy, he's fighting. He's scrambling for relevance. Yeah, he didn't. What did he do with Terry Crews? Didn't Terry Crews have to block him? Some shit. I mean, this Crispy is such a desperate attention whore of a coon. What happened? What else? Somebody else said something happened on Crispy's show. Didn't some female come up to his show? Somebody else ambushed his show. He keeps taking L's every week. Somebody ambushed him talking about he got a kid that he ain't taking care of. What was that about? Somebody came up to his show and confronted him again, live on the air, about some kids he ain't taking care of. So, I mean, the dude is a born loser. The dude is a born loser. But I digress. Dude, stay losing. Damn, I ain't never seen a nigga who's just losing and everything about his life is a loss. God damn, I ain't never seen a nigga whose life is just losing. You define yourself by being a goddamn loser. Damn. Let's see who's on the phone. I mean, the nigga lost his hairline. I mean, just lost everything. What's up? Who's calling?
Hello?
Hey, man, who's this?
Oh, my name is George.
What's up, George? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Indiana.
All right, what's on your mind, George?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that keep doing what you do with this whole situation with Tommy. And what?
All right. Don't call up with... I don't give a fuck about that coon. Dude, don't call up. Don't speak the coon's name on my show. Don't speak the coon's name. All right? That's why when people tweet me stuff about the coon, a lot of times I block them. Don't speak the coon's name on my show. Because usually it's people who's on that dumb shit. My God. But don't speak Crispy's name on my show. Yeah, I hung up on him. Don't call up speaking the coon's name on my show. What's up? Who's calling? Yeah, this ain't Coon Watch. This is not Coon Watch. What's up? Who's calling? What's up? Who is this, man? Hey, player. All right. So this nigga had to go blow out some candles or some shit. I heard blowing in the background. What's up? Who's calling?
Lawanda from New York. How you doing?
Hey, Lawanda. How are you, young lady?
I'm doing fine, and thank you.
I'm good. What part of wait, Lawanda. Hold on, baby. What part of New York you from?
The Bronx.
There you go. You sound like a Bronx chick. You sound like a Bronx chick. Yes,
no, I have a question.
Go ahead. How old are you, by the way? How old are you?
35. First I wanted to say this. A lot of people are confusing domestic violence with defending yourself.
Right. Yes,
the situation with Ray Rice, I believe he was defending himself.
Mm-hmm.
There's a video that's going around where a young girl, she's in school and she swings on her teacher.
I saw that, yes.
And he body slams the hell out of her.
I saw that, yes.
And a lot of people are saying that was justifiable.
Exactly.
I don't believe that that's justifiable. And the reason why I say that is because she's a girl. He could have handled it a lot better than how he handled it.
I'm going to tell you why they say it's justified. Because he's white.
That's
why they say it's justified. Sweetie, if Ray Rice, if that situation in that elevator, the same scenario, only thing is Ray Rice was white, and she ran up on him, a white dude, and he swung and knocked her out.
Exactly.
The white Ray Rice would have $500,000 in donations right now.
Exactly.
You dig?
Exactly.
The only reason they threw him under the bus is because he's black, and that was an opportunity to use protecting womanhood for throwing a brother under the bus. But the same situation with that school, that white teacher is being lauded as a hero. So this is why I don't play that game with these white supremacist women's groups. When they come around talking about, hey, let's throw some black folks under the bus and why don't you help us? You're a fool if you help them white women's groups because they're going to throw all of us under the bus eventually. You feel me? But
a quick question, I wanted to ask you one more thing.
Go ahead,
how do you deal with, because I have a 15-year-old, how do you deal with white supremacy in high school? My son was calling you last week. He wanted to ask you that question. He's asleep right now.
Oh, okay. Well, you had your kid young, man. Damn.
No, I did not.
You did what? You're 35 and you got a 15-year-old?
Yes, I was 19. I was 19.
That's kind of
but
young.
Go ahead. So answer that question, please.
Yes. How he deals with white supremacy, that's on you, because what you got to do, you got to prep him. You got to lace him with that game so that he doesn't internalize the bullshit that they throw at him. You got to start him young. Like my daughter. My daughter's going to be 15 in a few months, and I stay lacing her about what to look out for, what to watch out for, because she comes and tells me about little slick shit little history teachers be saying.
Yeah, my son do too.
Yeah. They at that age, that's when they start.
My son is a writer.
Yeah.
And his son, his teacher, his white teacher asked him, she told him, "Can you stop being so sophisticated?" So my son looked at her and was like, "Should I be ghetto? Should I be hood?" Because he's not. He he's a writer, and he writes very well, and he speaks very well.
Yes, indeed.
So it's like, what he's supposed to be, nigga this and nigga that. Mm-hmm. I know we in New York, but come on.
Oh yeah. When they see bright black children, they target them. Mm-hmm. They target them heavy because they want to beat that out of them. That happened with a lot of people. Remember in the movie, I think Malcolm X, one of those movies, and this happened a lot with school counselors. They would tell black children, no, you don't want to be a businessman. You should work as a porter. You should work as a janitor. Don't have high aspirations. You should get a job at the union. They would try to just kill their dreams. And that's always been something that white supremacist teachers would do. And out there in New York where you are, you know that those teachers, there was a thing where the teachers union, they went to school wearing support police officer shirts on out there in New York. Yeah, because a lot of people were criticizing the cops because of Eric Garner. So these teachers unions started wearing police shirts supporting these cops that's out here killing black folks. So that shows you the mentality of some of these school teachers out here. So we need to be lacing our children up heavy with that game. You feel me? But anyway, thank you for the call, sister.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. Those teachers, man, they'll get our bright students, man. And especially if you're a bright student and you ain't moist, if you're a boy and you ain't acting moist, they really get in your ass. They really try to crush your little dreams and spirit. Let's see who we got on the phone. We got a lot of folks calling. What's up? Who's calling?
Peace, brother. Tariq. This is DJ Full Moon, kind of Mobile area.
DJ Full Moon. What's up? Where you DJ at, Full Moon?
I worked for Kimberly's Broadcasting in early 2000s, and now I'm just doing studio thing.
Oh, that's cool in the game, man. What's on your mind out there in Mobile, bro?
Yeah, I was just calling to tell you, appreciate all the hidden colors, man. The last one had my granddad in the part you talking about the banks.
Yeah.
He was one of G's main quote makers. I seen it. I kind of teared up a little bit.
Yes, indeed. That's what's up, man. That's what's happening.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Much respect to you, man. Thanks for the call. All right. Yes, indeed. And don't forget, man, we got a screening of Hidden Colors 3 in St. Louis, and I'm going to be there. We're going to have a great time down there, and also we're going to get a lot of stuff done out there. So y'all definitely make it, and the screening is free and all that good stuff. So I definitely want y'all to come out. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a discussion afterwards. So y'all definitely want to come out. We're in here heavy. We are in here heavy. Dude, somebody, if y'all could find Crispy's, the chick who accused Crispy of having a kid by her or whatever, please find her for me so I can find out what's going on. If y'all could find Crispy's long lost baby's mom, please find her and put her in touch with me. I gotta see what's going on with that situation. I'm gonna get somebody to film it. I got any brothers out there who do film work? If any brothers out there in St. Louis, you do film production work, holla at me. I'll get some brothers out there to film the event. My email is info@tariqelite.com. Y'all email me. And email me if you know what you're doing. I hate motherfuckers be emailing me because I do stuff professionally. You dig? And cats send some straight bullshit. and that's the thing, man. You got to be professional with what you do. Your shit has to be crisp. You got to be professional when you present something to folks. Because I have people like, hey, man, I act, man. Put me in Hidden Colors to do a reenactment scene. I act. I'm like, all right, send me your reel, and there's some shit like this.
I don't know, girl. It actually looked like he was trying to push up on you just then.
Ain't it funny, though, when it comes to some behind, a man has no limits? I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do something about this neighborhood, and I'm gonna do something real soon.
Oh, man. Yeah, I got to get out there back to the Chi. I got to get back out there to Chi-Town, too. I got to get out there to Chicago. Man. Oh, that coon. Oh, that coon, that dude, Queen Noble, that's such an agent. I mean, that's not even a good COINTELPRO type agent. They must have been on a budget when they got him. I mean, he's awful. And that's another thing, man. If y'all want me to come to some of your spots, if y'all want me to come to your schools to do lectures or whatever, y'all email me and let's chop it up. Because people always asking me to come to certain places. Email me at info@tariqelite.com and we can chop it up about coming to your school and all that good stuff. And have your money together. Have your money together. Because I really don't do free lectures or screenings. I'm just doing this for Ferguson because they need it. I'm just doing this for Ferguson because they really, 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 really need it. So I really don't do free lectures. Man. Oh yeah, that dude, he's so dusty and bummy. Doesn't he have like some dusty Hotep nigga porn out? He's so dusty. And you know, he looks like a crackhead. I mean, nobody takes him seriously. I don't take that coon seriously. You dig? All right, what's up? Who's calling?
Hi, good evening, Tariq. My name is Anthony. I'm calling from Houston, Texas.
What's up, Anthony from Houston? How you doing, fam?
I'm doing great. How are you, Tariq?
I'm good. What's on your mind, homie?
I had a question. Do you think ultimately black people will eventually have to go to war with the dominant society? I mean, it seems like there are a lot of black people who try to do better for themselves and try to come up. And a lot of times it just seems like it doesn't get nowhere.
Right.
What do you think about that?
Well, the thing is, the dominant society, they're already set up for you to try to go to war with them. Physically, you're not going to win because they have an economy that has created resources as far as defense. You see how they subjugated Ferguson in a matter of hours. They, had manpower there to kind of squash the whole community if need be. So they already got the resources to lock up every single black person, gun down every single black person. They already got the resources for that as far as defense. The thing is, enough black people have not tried to get themselves out of subjugation, and you do that by using your economy. And enough black people have not tried to do that. Now, back in the early part of the 20th century, black people did that in certain pockets, but it still wasn't quite enough because at that time you still had black people who were dependent on those in the dominant society. So what black people have to do, you have to get property, you have to gain resources. This is something that a lot of black people keep dancing around. The only way to empower yourself is through resources and to do it economically. That's your best bet because nobody can control where you spend your money. That's the thing. Black people have so much buying, I won't say power, but equity. because you don't get money in spending. You get money in purchasing things that will accumulate money for you. And that's the thing a lot of black folks won't do, because we got too much of the slave mentality. Number one, black people have been programmed not to trust other black folks. Black people have been programmed to hate on other black people who are doing better than them. That's why when you have stuff like Hidden Colors, which is the most positive black movie ever, and there's so many black people who support it, but you do have a lot of black folks who will deliberately go out of their way to try to sabotage it by bootlegging it. They'll try to sabotage it by talking down on it, making false accusations about the information, hating on the movie because it actually makes money. You got a lot of people who criticize the film for being successful. So the coon element is something that we have to step away from. What we're going to have to do now is circle our wagons and get around small groups of progressive black folks, because it doesn't even take a lot of black folks. It takes the right amount of black folks. And the thing is, we keep trying to convert coons and bedwenches and sambos and making them see the light. Fuck them. We need to get the black folks who are already down, who's already in the process of doing for themselves, link up, connect with these brothers and sisters, and then we circle our wagons with them. We can keep it small. Long as we got a small, powerful force, we're good. The Nation of Islam, for example, I use them. They got land, they got businesses, and they're a small, relatively small organization. They're a nice size, but you got a lot of people who just happen to be on the same page, and you see how much they can get done. And that's just one example. So we got to start thinking like that. That's why I want to travel around and have these almost like town hall discussions. That's what I want to do down in Ferguson. And I do want to get back up to the Bay to do that too, because when they screened Hidden Colors in the Bay, the brothers and sisters got up after the movie and started a town hall meeting right there in the movie theater. They started networking and politicking. So we need to create a situation where people with the same mindset can all get together in one place and get to know each other. Because the problem is we don't know who's who. We get so many fake hotep niggas and bedwenches on Twitter who talk a good game, people on Facebook who talk a good game, but when it comes time to doing something, people start twiddling their thumbs. So we need to really create situations where we can all meet up with people who want to do something progressive and then move from there. That makes sense?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Tariq.
Much respect, fam. Yes, indeed. That's why, man, I want to go on the road and, you know, do the same thing in different cities. I want to have these little discussions. I want to probably go around the country, have screenings and discussions afterwards so we can all start politicking, man. Oh, yeah, the hood rats. Definitely the hood rats. Yeah, there's so many fake ass activists out here. And we're just going to have to let them slide by the wayside. We can't save them. We cannot save them. I don't know, I might go see that Good Deeds movie. I don't like to see black folks, you know, looking too brutish in movies, you know. But I may or may not go see that movie. I don't know. Will I lecture at a club? No, I don't like. I don't want to lecture at no club. No. I don't want to lecture in the same spot. Motherfuckers doing the Smurder dance. And that's another thing, man. The atmosphere has to be correct. That's why whenever I do lectures, man, it's always in a pretty nice spot. The lectures are in a pretty nice spot. Oh yeah, Brandon. So do I think Kanye cares about the black community? I don't know. I do not know. I don't know what goes on in Kanye's mind. My thing is, doesn't matter what Kanye thinks. I don't give a shit. If he does or doesn't, you know, it's about what I do, what I care about, and the people around me, and who are we going to build something. What's up, True Stories? He said, but the club won't be active. Yeah, but what city you talking about? I don't want to go to. I don't want to do no. I don't like doing bootleg looking shit, man. And that's just a bootleg feel, you know, just up in the club. That's not my stilo. And True Stories, what city are you in? Yeah, I'm not doing no damn lecture at no club in Atlanta. There's all types of theaters all around Atlanta that it could be done in. I'm not doing a lecture at no club, especially in some of these ratchet ass clubs y'all niggas be trying to get me to go to. I'm not trying to do a lecture at Sawtooth where I gotta duck bullets. Because I can't trust y'all niggas as far as clubs. I can't trust y'all to save my life because y'all are bad at recommending clubs to me. What's up, Virtuous Gal? Your friend is in love with me in a mentor kind of way. Oh, okay. What's she look like? They want me to do a lecture at Jazzy T's. Do they still have Jazzy T's down in Atlanta? Nigga, they had us. Where's Chicago? Man, the last time I did a lecture in Chicago, them dudes were talking up Sawtooth like it was the Holy Grail. Them dudes was hyping up Sawtooth. They were making it seem like Sawtooth was just the beautiful spot. Nigga, we went to Sawtooth. We thought we were in the first 48. You could just smell the crime. And sure enough, a few days after we left, there was a murder at that motherfucker. Big Boss said Jazzy T girls got ringworm. Hilarious. They still got Jazzy T's, nigga. Good Lord. Nigga, when I first went down to Atlanta, I was hanging with some real street dudes. They took me to all the ratchet spots. I was hanging with some real ATL street dudes. They took me to, I mean, these are the dudes who got like, every tooth is a gold tooth. Not just the front. I mean, the back is gold. Good dudes, though. Real good dudes. They took me to Jazzy T's, Blue Flame, Illusions, all those Campbellton Road clubs. Oh, they took me to all the gangsta Atlanta spots, man. Yeah, man. I'm like, okay. Nigga, they took us to the Blue Flame. Good dudes, though, man. I'm not hating on them at all. Real good dudes, man. They looked out. Good brothers. I did. I watched some of the fight. I got home late, and I watched some of the fight. Some people thought the fight was boring, the Mayweather fight. The fight was good. I liked the fight. Maidana, boy, he was biting. He was doing all types of shit, tripping my man up. They say I used to get busy in the streets. Oh, I do not talk about street stuff. I do not discuss street stuff out here. I don't discuss none of that shit. I don't discuss shit. Says if the club is not on Peachtree, don't go. I know Maidana walked in the wrong corner. Yeah, Maidana, he kept trying to throw that little bullshit ass overhand right. Yeah, Floyd won. I haven't seen that, Great Africa. Shout out to Ghana, though, because there's a There's a car company out there. They're manufacturing SUVs out there in Ghana. Now they're getting a lot of parts shipped in from China and all that. But that's another thing. We got to start linking up with brothers and sisters around the world. We got to start getting a hold of raw resources. That's another thing. Yeah, Madonna was desperate. Oh, Gator, I don't bring up no stuff. It's bad enough people who don't know me be trying to bring up shit. That's bad enough. So I don't, nah. I don't discuss no street shit, and I don't talk about no specifics. I don't be putting folks out there like that. That's just something you don't do. Because loose lips sink ships. Yeah, man, we gotta definitely look into raw materials, and also, man, what we gotta look into is light manufacturing, because we gotta be in a position where we can manufacture just clothing, just basic stuff. We should be able to do that here, especially in Detroit. Because I was in Detroit and there's just empty factories all over the place. Empty factories just literally all over the place. We ought to be in a position where we could get one of those factories, a small one. Get some brothers and sisters in there working, who sew, making clothes, socks, shoes, whatever. Yeah, say Detroit is a mess, but the thing is, real estate is real estate. Real estate is real estate, dude. And economies go up and down. So you got a lot of Asians going into Detroit, buying up land. Detroit is going to bounce back so heavy once they gentrify it enough. It's going to turn into what, like New Orleans. You know, after Katrina, you know, it looked like a tragedy. But what happened, they were glad to get the Negroes out. They got a lot of black folks out of those prime areas, and that gentrification started kicking in. Yeah, dude, that's what we need to be on our networking thing, where we can start manufacturing things. We can start getting our own raw materials and just getting stuff built. Man, I know Detroit is going to bounce back. I was just out there. Detroit is going to bounce back heavy. Detroit is definitely going to bounce back. The thing is, man, we got, and just like in Detroit and just like down in Ferguson, you got a lot of Sambos in the political realm who don't want things to change. They are put there specifically to thwart any kind of progressive efforts with black folks. You know, in Detroit, Claude Anderson, he wanted to put together like an Africa town, like a little Africa. Because in Detroit, you know, they got Greek town, they got all these little spots and pockets for all these different groups. And he wanted to start a little Africa there, just like a whole street, a little section of black businesses. And it was the black people in the city council and all that who were against it. It was the black folks who were in city council who were against it. And these people are put in city council positions specifically to shit on any kind of black empowerment projects. When you have people, let me tell y'all something. When we start talking about black empowerment, notice you always hear people pop up derailing the conversation. What's up, Ola? Everybody shout out to Ola. You have people talking about, well, what about other minorities? When they start saying that, those are the people you need to watch out for. When you got black folks saying, well, we shouldn't exclude everybody else, or if they roll the bedwenches out talking about, well, what about women's rights? Well, what? When they just all of a sudden start talking about women being excluded. When they start talking that, these people are deliberately trying to derail the efforts. That's an old trick. That ain't nothing but the coon train rolling. Because, I've heard some Negro bedwenches say down in Ferguson, they ain't letting enough women speak. They ain't putting enough women in the forefront. I've actually heard some Negro bedwenches say that. So the thing is, man, you got a lot of these old people in Congress from that old civil rights mentality who are just happy to have a job. What's up? Who's calling?
Hi, my name is Natalie. I'm calling from Toronto.
Hey, Natalie. How are you, love?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good. What's
I'm
on
a
your mind?
big fan of the show. Kind of a new listener, but I've been a big fan of you.
Okay.
I've watched all 3 documentaries. I've actually referred to a lot of my friends here in Toronto to purchase it and watch it. We actually wanted to set up a viewing for the entire African population at my university.
Yes.
So I'm just calling to say, yeah, I really like your stuff and continue doing it.
Much respect. Yeah, you should set that up and holler at the university about cutting a check, and I'll come up there and chop up game with y'all after the screening. That would be nice.
Definitely will. I will. Definitely.
All right. Thank you for the call, young lady.
Thank you.
Yeah. Got a lot of folks in Toronto who listens. Yeah, man. When they start talking about how women are being excluded, like, no, nobody's excluding no women. What are you talking about? What about the women? What about the women? When they start saying that, and if you start to question them, like, what do you mean you're being excluded? You don't like women, do you? You hate black women. Then they'll start. That's a derailment, dude. They're put out there to deliberately derail the conversation and to derail the momentum. Let's see who else we got here. What's up? Who's calling? All right, this nigga's quiet. Let's see who else we got. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, what's up, Tariq? This is Abraham from Staten Island, New York.
What's up, Abraham? How you doing, fam?
I'm good. Speaking on, I heard you was talking about gentrification, and I'm an urban planner major in LIU Brooklyn.
Yes.
And the thing, I don't know if you're familiar with New York, but a lot of the times, most of these like Jewish slumlords, they own most of these buildings that most of like the African Americans are living in.
Yeah.
And at times, when they see the neighborhoods changing, that's when they start jacking up the rent and pushing people out.
Oh yeah. That's a very easy way to gentrify the neighborhood. Jack the rent up, price everybody out, and then bring in the hipsters and all those people. That's an old trick. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And now they have this building up in Manhattan where they have a poor door, and it's for people that have affordable housing. That's the entrance they're allowed to enter through. And under Bloomberg, he allowed this to pass through city council. And now the Blasio administration is trying to repeal it, and I honestly think it won't be repealed.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. And like I said, New York, it's open season, man. Even with the whole stop and frisk, when they had that, that should have let people know that it was open season, and they swore up and down that it wasn't race-based, but most of the people who were stopped and frisked were black people. And also, because they found stop and frisk to be unconstitutional, because people started wising up and looking at the Constitution, they started slipping in that street harassment thing. I'm telling y'all, that street harassment, that's going to kick in too to get rid of people out there in Manhattan and all those other places. They're going to have legal justification to really stop you, to literally physically remove you from some of these spots. And they're going to do it with the economy. They're going to do it with these new apartheid type laws. They're going to do it by physical force with the cops. They're going to do it by racial profiling. They're going to do it by closing down schools. It's in full effect in New York and other places.
It's crazy.
So
I don't get it. But yeah, and speaking on the sexual harassment, how come we never hear these black feminists who talk about the sexual harassment on college campuses? Like, this shit is crazy. These campuses are protecting these students.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't believe it at all.
Yeah. The only time, they come out and the only time they get a voice by the mainstream press or mainstream media is if they're willing to throw black men or other black women under the bus. That's the only time they get a real good voice. And people like that are going to have to be called out now because it's too late in the game. Right now, we're going back to like Jim Crow apartheid in America. Black men and women and children are getting literally beat down, arrested for no reason, detained for no reason. You're being labeled as hookers and just all types of raggedy shit going on. And we still out here playing this game about what about black on black crime? We need to fix ourselves. We still talking that deflective coon bullshit. So we're gonna have to start getting real serious about protecting ourselves from systematic white supremacy. But thanks for the call, fam.
Thanks for the enlightenment.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. All that. I saw an interview with Swiss Beats. I like Swiss Beats. Somebody sent that to me earlier. He was talking about, well, man, the stuff going on in Ferguson, that's one thing, but we be doing stuff to ourselves. Black people, any black person whose answer to Ferguson, to Stop and Frisk, to Eric Garner, to Oscar Grant, to Trayvon Martin, to any type of white supremacist subjugation, if your answer is, well, what about black on black crime? You, sir, you, ma'am, are a coon. You, sir, you, ma'am, are a coon. Because that's a very cowardly answer. Because the thing is, if a black person gets caught for black on black crime, they go to jail. You don't need to have a march. You don't need to have a rally. You don't need to start a petition with change.org. Black person, when they caught for doing a crime, they just go to jail. Why is it that the suspected white supremacists, when they commit a crime against black people, we got to march, rally, fight, riot, loot, scratch, scrape, yell, holler, and hope that they get arrested, which most of the time they don't. Not only do they not get prosecuted, they don't get arrested. That's a real big difference. Not only do they not get arrested, they get hundreds of thousands of dollars raised for them. Don't try to compare that with some black on black crime. There is no comparison. There's zero comparison to Darren Wilson and people like him getting slapped, not even prosecuted, but getting smacks on the wrist for murder and black on black crime. There is zero comparison. Darren Wilson is still free doing his thing. George Zimmerman is still running around threatening folks. Did y'all know that George Zimmerman was caught? He didn't get arrested, but he was accused a few days ago of threatening to kill somebody else. He got into a road rage situation and threatened to kill a dude. Allegedly. So this dude is out here still being a goddamn psychopath. So talking about black on black crime and people legally killing black people, you're talking apples and oranges, dude. And if you start talking about what about black on black crime, all you're doing is deflecting because you're scared. You're scared. That's saying, hey, I don't know what to do about white supremacy. I'm scared. So let me talk about this. Because I don't want to mess up my bread and butter. Just say that. Because the people who pay me are those in the dominant society. Don't want to mess up my money. Let's see who this is. What's up? Who's calling?
Hi, this is Jenny.
Hey, Jenny. How are you?
Hi. I really, really, really love your show. It's very educational.
Thank you, dear.
And I just support you 100%.
Much respect.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous.
I talk to my friends and family about your show and even about your Hidden Colors. I just love it. I think it's brilliant.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're adopted, and that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, love. Yes, indeed. That is Jenny sounding real cute. Usually the ones who sound cute look like Don Cheadle, so hopefully she looks good. You know, I hate to see a girl with a cute voice looking a beast. I hate that. Oh, don't you hate that? A motherfucker who looks a beast with a real cute voice. Her voice was real cute. Her voice was real cute. And that's a beast. Especially if you're on a blind date, you meet somebody and they sound real cute on the phone. They sound all sexy on the phone. And then you meet them in person, their ass look like this.
I don't even buy Gucci, Louis, Fetty, Prada. The basic bitches wear that shit, so I don't even bother. I put that on my partner. I put that on my family. Oakland City represent and dress me as...
You're like, damn. We in here heavy. We got, 1,300 people? We in here heavy. We're in here heavy tonight, family. We are in here heavy. And don't forget, man, St. Louis, October 4th. I want to see you in the place. We have a free screening of Hidden Colors 3 at the JCPenney Theater at the University of Maryland, the University of Missouri, St. Louis, the JCPenney Theater. Go to recall4mike.com for more information. Or follow me on Twitter or Facebook. Ladies and gentlemen. You know what? I do have to come to London, man. I was thinking that the other day because they keep having sold out screenings of Hidden Colors 3 out there all over London. Shout out to my dudes out there, my guys out there promoting the Black History Studies and those good brothers out there, man. They're promoting the movie heavy, and they keep having sold out screenings all over the place out there. So brothers and sisters been wanting me to come out there. All my London cats, man, email me so we can politic, so I can know where's the best place to go, what's the best venue to set up, because I'm going to go ahead and get that popping. Come to North London. I need y'all to email me at info@tariqelite.com so I can know what's the best spots to go to set up a lecture out there, because I'm going to make that happen. People have been wanting me to come out there for the longest, and I'm going to go out there. I know the brothers and sisters out there heavy. And I got to come out there to talk about that damn human zoo shit that was happening. I really want to get out there and talk about that. I heard about that. That human zoo they had. That old white supremacist bullshit they had out there in London. Yes, indeed. Let's see who we got on the phone. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, Tariq, man. It's your boy from Thailand. How's it going?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, man. So I just have a quick question, man.
Go ahead.
So in lieu of all the things that happened recently, this coming up Black History Month in February, do you think it's going to be a new, new calling call, or does all the stuff we ever done basically raise a new question of where we're going in the future? I'll leave it with that.
There you go. Thanks for the call. I answer that. Now, for Black History Month, what's going to happen, man, and we got to be careful because now the climate in this country has become so anti-black, some real fuckery is going to jump off for Black History Month. Usually the white supremacists, they will wait until a significant time frame to start doing their fuckery. They're very meticulous like that. Y'all notice last Black History Month, right around Black History Month, they announced this fake fight with George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman is going to fight black people. They did that specifically during February to get black people riled up. So we got to understand the white supremacists, they do little slick shit to rile you up, and they do it at very specific times in very specific places. That's why they'll do stuff like shit on black people on Martin Luther King's birthday, or set up a crack spot, or allow some bullshit to go on Malcolm X Boulevard. You know, they do little stuff like that. The white supremacists are very meticulous about what they do. You say, why are white racists so angry? So this is the thing. You got to understand this. And I want you to understand this. Jack Nice, it ain't about being angry. People think, and this is the mistake a lot of black people make, you think that all white supremacists are angry. That's why when you call a person out for practicing white supremacy, people will defend him by saying, well, he's not mean. He wasn't being mean-spirited when he said that. Like the owner of the Hawks down in Atlanta. They kept saying, well, he's just a businessman. He wasn't being mean when he was talking about he don't want all those black people at the games. He want more white people. He wasn't being angry or mean. And that's a trick, people. White supremacy ain't always mean and evil-spirited. Or it's not really aggressive all the time. That's not, white supremacy is a system to keep you in a position of subjugation. For example, with Paula Deen. Paula Deen, bless her little white supremacist heart, Paula Deen doesn't think she's a racist. Now, Paula Deen is racist to the core. Paula Deen is a white supremacist to her nucleus. But she doesn't believe she is. When you listen to Paula Deen, the way she talks about race relations, it sounds like some shit from the movie Gone with the Wind. And poor thing, she don't even realize how racist she is because she's so used to being like that. It's like I treat my nigger so good. My best friend, he's my driver. Y'all. There's not a racist bone in my body, y'all. I asked my Negro workers to ring a bell to let people know it's supper time. Did y'all know that? She had one of her employees, she wanted them to go outside and ring a bell like they're on a goddamn plantation. Bless her heart. She don't even know that's fucked up and racist. She don't even know that's racist. Her race, she's so racist, it's funny. Like, Paula, did you use the word nigga? Of course I did, y'all. Oh, let her talk about, she was talking about her great-great-granddaddy who was a slave owner. Oh, my great-great-granddaddy lost his slaves, y'all. It was such a sad time, y'all. He was so depressed. And we're looking at her like, I'm supposed to be depressed because your great-great-granddad lost my great-great-great-grandparents? He lost ownership of my great-great-grandparents, and I'm supposed to sit here with your ass and be sad? Oh, God. So the thing is, she's not even mean-spirited. But her racism is just so normalized, they don't even realize how racist they are. It's just the way it's supposed to be. And that's the thing. With the owner of the Hawks, people were like, I don't think he's being racist. He's just a businessman. People, Jim Crow was a business. Slavery was a business. Gentrification is business. Prison is business. White supremacy is a business. Just because he's talking about it in business terms don't mean that it's any less white supremacist. Locking your asses up in jail, funneling you in prison is business. They make billions of dollars doing that. I'm not going to sympathize with them because they're running a white supremacist business. I'm supposed to sympathize. And shame on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's going on the next coon train. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was talking that business shit. I think he ain't nothing wrong with wanting to do business. Setting up a school-to-prison pipeline with black children is business. That don't make it right. Trying to shit on your black customers. This is why, man, black people, you're giving them what little money you have. This just shows you get no respect. You're giving these people what little money you have to support a team in your town. They're still shitting on you. We got to stop putting these niggas up on the kissing cam. We're going to have to put the cameras on more white people. We got to bring more paying customers. Okay, that's fine. You want to get paying customers in as a way to disenfranchise the black community. See, the thing is, I don't agree with the white supremacists working together in conjunction to further disenfranchise black people, to hide and to omit them from certain things. Because you're trying to make the so-called white customers comfortable. Getting rid of black folks to make white customers comfortable, that's not business. That's not just business. That's white supremacy, and there's no excuse for that. There's no excuse for that. You dig? Let's see what we got on the phone. What's up? Who's calling?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, man? Who's this?
What's going on, Tariq? This is Pat from Connecticut.
Pat from Connecticut. Didn't you call up before, Pat?
Yeah, I called before, but I never got through though.
Okay, all right. What's on your mind, man?
Yeah, well, I'm glad that I got a hold of you because I've been, following you for quite some time ever since Art of Mac and everything like that. And I got your Hidden Colors movies and hold on a second, because I'm like hyperventilating right now.
All right, you all right? It sound like you chewing on some damn bacon sandwiches or some shit. What you all right?
Nah, I was out sitting in the car, hanging out, listening to some Francis Cress Wilson.
Okay. Nigga, what are you eating, dude? What are you eating, dude?
Nah, I just ate. My mouth's like getting all cottony now because I'm on the line with you.
Okay, you calling me from the parking lot of Applebee's? You didn't have some fucking some tater skins?
Beside my car, man.
All right.
Beside my car.
All right, man. Wipe your mouth, brother, and say what you got to say.
All right. Hold on. Let me take the phone off speaker.
All right.
All right. Hello.
Yes, brother.
All right. Well, like I got this problem, and running into, trying to to link up other black people around where I live, and a lot of people in this area so far that I've come across are afraid to challenge the system that we have and everything. And when I talk about the race issue, some of the coons come out and try to deflect and try to knock me off course.
Right.
I try to set up try to organize some things, just giving back, free water was an idea when the whole ALS thing. And, people, some of the friends that I have think, making up stupid things they think, I'm trying to get on the news or something, or just draw attention, or we don't get shot at, just ignorant shit.
Yeah.
So, it's how can I address the issue? What can I do? Because I run my own businesses, and I'm trying to build to help give back. Because I don't want my children, growing up in the same type of world that we live in.
There you go. Now, what kind of business do you own? What kind of business are you running?
Well, So I run online businesses such as like selling things on eBay, some internet marketing, trying to set up to do a flea market thing next.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, so let me hit on that. All right, so what you got to do, man? You got to start small. What you got to do, even if you link up with a very small group of people, that's going to be effective. Just 2 other people who are on the same page with you, that's going to be effective because then you guys will be able to move forward and grow from there. It don't even take a lot of people. The problem is we try to convert a whole bunch of folks, and what happens is that we waste a lot of our time with jive, bullshit ass people who ain't gonna do nothing but kind of spend our energy. We waste way too much time with them. We got to keep it pushing. Find those 1 or 2 people that's already on the same page and go from there. And I can promise you there are people in your city that's on the same page. Just stop wasting time with the ones who are not on the same page. But if you go out here and just start networking and go into like different networking events, and again, I want to have some screenings where people can network. I'm going to start putting those together in the future so black folks can get together in politics and not be on that fake hotep shit. That's going to be a way where we can network with each other, exchange cards, exchange numbers, and just start building from there. And also what you need to do is you can start you a toothpick company so you can get that meat out of your motherfucking teeth, brother. There you go. All right, but anyway, man, thank you for the call, player.
All right, thank you, Benjamin.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, he started his own toothpick company. Shit. The way he's smacking, man. My Lord. My Lord. What we got going on here? Don't forget, man, October 4th, we're going to be in Ferguson/St. Louis. October 4th, that's in a few weeks. Free screening of Hidden Colors 3. Everybody out there, come on down at the J.C. Penney Theater, University of Missouri, St. Louis. See, spitting meatloaf particles. Hilarious. Yes, indeed. Let's see, who else we got on the phone? What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, Tariq. It's Raquel. I'm calling from New Orleans.
Hey, Raquel. How are you, love?
I'm doing all right. And I was just thinking about everything you were talking about with the gentrification and everything.
Yeah.
And how bad it is down here. Just recently, me and my fiance went to take a walk in a French Quarter. And, I mean, New Orleans is unique and original on its own. But, like, even the paintings, even, like, the music, like, we don't have the brass bands like that. You know, or they have to move and not be like, you know, where they usually are, or even it's that bad that like the Tremaine, which is on the like the last or like the only black neighborhood in America, like they're trying to take that over too. And I was talking to one of my coworkers about it, and she's an older lady, so I thought she would, you know, feel what I was saying and everything. And she was like, well, you know, don't you think that's kind of racist that you know, you're talking all this division and all of that because you don't want white people to move there? Like, but you'll get upset if white people didn't want you to move somewhere else. And I'm like, but, you know, like if you're 50 or 60 years old, wouldn't you understand like how important that is for it to be a black neighborhood?
Right, absolutely. And black folks get on that scared bullshit. Well, no, we shouldn't discriminate against them now. Oh, that's reverse discrimination. When black folks start talking about that they are so scared to not be dependent upon those in the dominant society. Black people have become so used to being dependent on those in the dominant society. Being independent scares the shit out of coon and black folks. That's their worst fear, not having a white mommy or daddy to wipe their asses every morning. And black folks got to get off that. And we got to not worry about black folks who don't get off that. We just got to circle our wagons with the black folks who are not on that so we can just build and not even have to explain to these coons. I'm done explaining things to them. I'm in the building stage right now. So that's where we got to be. When are you and your dude getting married?
Well, we were planning on getting married after we both graduate.
Oh, y'all in college?
Yes.
How old are you? You sound older. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Oh, okay. And how old is your dude?
He just turned 24. Today's his birthday.
Oh, hey, happy birthday to the dude. Shout out to the brother. What'd you do for his birthday?
Well, we just kind of chilled and like watched the game. I had to go to work earlier, but we went out to eat and things like that.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, look, man, I would like to come to the wedding and let me know when the wedding is.
Oh my God, that'd be so awesome.
Let me know when the wedding is that him talking in the back?
Yeah, that's him in the back. He's like feeling bad because we kind of went drinking all night, but yeah, he said, when will you, Mike, if you could come down to New Orleans? Like, we're trying to get a lot of people on and, like, understand and things like that. And that's what I don't understand because I'm like, the people I talk to, I work with a lot of older people. Mm-hmm. And, like, it's so weird how, like, they will just agree with every white person. As soon as I talk about hidden colors, I talk about anything empowering, they'll just be like, oh, well, you know, this ain't the 60s, this ain't the 70s, you too young to know about this and that. I'm like, if you older than me, if you were like around during that time, wouldn't you be teaching me how like everything went, how the Black Panther Party, like how it was started? Like, why can't we just get that going again?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want it to be a generation of just black, like, you know, just constantly just not going forward.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but we got a lot of scared, cowardly black folks out here, and we're just going to have to leave them by the wayside. But we're going to be all right. We're going to do our thing, and we're going to progress without them. So anyway, right. But thank you for the call, young lady. Also, I found a clip of your dude proposing to you. Is this him? Is this his proposal video right here?
And I swear you. I'm not going. You're the best man I'll ever know. There's no way I could ever go. No, there's no way. No way. I'm living without you.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. My nigga's getting it in. Hold on, let's see. What's up? Who's calling? This Mike?
Yo, Tariq, what's going? Yeah, it's Mike. What up, man?
What's up with it, Playboy?
Man, chilling, trying to get through, man. This phone lines is a beast.
Yeah, man. The lines are a beast. What's up? This Mike, oh, man. Mike was hanging with me last week. We were hitting the clubs up last week, man. Turning all the way up. What's going on with you, player?
Not much, man. Hey, good show on Wednesday with the Ray Rice thing, man. I was waiting for you to go in on that shit.
Yeah, much respect, man. I had to chop up game about that, man, because everybody's going in on that and putting in their 2 cents, and they leaving out a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so they throwing Adrian Peterson under the bus too for spanking his son.
Yeah, man. I'm like, dude, they having a field day on brothers right now, and sisters too. But yeah, they're having a field day, and that's funny. They're gonna get on his case for spanking a kid, but you got officers out here shooting black kids and ain't doing shit to them. That's the funny thing to me.
Yeah, man, it's ugly. But I got a question though, King.
Go ahead.
Hey, okay, so say if you wanted to start a business, but you know the business you want to start is kind of up there in like the $600,000-$700,000 range. How would you go about gaining funds for that without going to like to a bank to get a loan or anything like that? How would you recommend kind of toward that path? You know what I mean?
Well, to get like $600,000-$700,000, when you're talking that type of money, you're talking about, you know, that's close to damn near $1 million. So people are going to have to trust you. That's number one. So you're going to have to be the kind of person who has a track record of already generating income. See, the thing is, you got a lot of dudes who say, hey, man, I got $1 million idea. And the first thing people are going to ask, well, what have you done before? Well, I had a booth at the swap meet. You know, if you haven't shown that you have made money close to that revenue range, it's going to be difficult for people to take you seriously. So you're going to have to kind of build up a track record for yourself. And also what you will have to do is look into investors. Also crowdfunding. The crowdfunding thing is the new hot thing. But again, you would have to find investors to trust you as well. So, and you just might have to start a little smaller, build up your resume so that people can see that you're already in the mix of doing something, because that's the best way to get people to invest in what you're doing, showing that you're already in the process of getting it done. That makes people jump on board. You dig? What kind of business are you talking about?
Well, I'm just trying to, like, own an apartment building. You know, I'm in that field, so I'm trying to look toward buying land and building my own little apartments. But I was thinking about starting off small, like 8, 10 units, and then gaining more property that way from the residual income that I get from those.
Right.
So I was just looking at the price ranges for certain size buildings that I would like to be owning one day.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, damn, you know, how can I get toward that path? Was starting. I mean, just where do I start from? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that's a lot of money, and I don't want to go to like Chase and all them to get them loans and business loans and stuff like that, because I already know how the game works with that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so the real estate game, there's a lot of things you can do as far as that. There's a brother, I think his name is Jay Morrison. Somebody was mentioning his name. Is a brother out of New York, and he does these real estate classes, and he gives a lot of real good game on that, how you can get your credit together. And you can get like loans and stuff to build up your real estate clientele and portfolio. So there's ways to do that, man. So you got to really chop it up with some real estate cats on that. But we're going to chop up some more game, man. But thanks for the call, player.
Hey, man, I'll meet you up, man.
No doubt, man. Peace.
All right.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's see who else we got on this phone. What's up? Who's calling?
Tariq, what's up, brother? It's Alonte from Inglewood.
What's up, man? What's going on in the wood?
It's all good, man. I had to chime in on something real quick, just to piggyback off what that brother was saying. I think that's kind of crazy how Ray Rice got terminated for what he did on camera, and you got cops out here killing people on camera.
Yes, indeed.
And they're on paid leave.
Absolutely.
So when you were...
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, just like the young lady who said how that teacher beat that black student up, all of a sudden it's like the girl deserved it, he did the right thing, all that stuff. People they're not going to criticize a white person beating up a black person under no circumstance. They just don't do that. Because the dominant society, they have a code with each other. They have a code to not throw each other under the bus. We can't wait to throw each other under the bus, and that's something that we're going to keep failing as far as a community, because we're so quick to do that.
Yeah, I understand. One more thing before you let me go.
Go ahead.
I don't know why Kareem said that, but that's embarrassing. And he definitely needs to be on the coon train.
Yes,
and
indeed.
when they talk about that black-on-black crime, Dick Gregory spoke to something. He said, all that crime they point out in Chicago, and none of those people in Chicago walked in no school and killed a whole bunch of kids.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So y'all think about that.
Exactly. All right, thanks for the call, man. Real talk. Speaking of killing kids, did they ever catch that dude out of Ohio? There's this little white kid. He killed a bunch of folks and they locked him up. He was crazy as cat shit. Then his ass broke out of jail. I can't think of his name, but he killed some people and his ass walked up in court. He wrote the word killer on his t-shirt. He was up in court like, yeah, I did it. Fuck all y'all. He went in there like, fuck you, sentence me. They finally got him. His ass straight escaped. He was 100 yards away. Hilarious. He's crazy as cat shit. His ass is crazy as cat shit. TJ Lane, that's his name. That motherfucker was crazy. This is my back scratcher, Kenji. Now, dude, if a black kid went in court and did what he did, was like, yeah, fuck all y'all. First of all, every black person in America would have had to apologize. They would have made all of us apologize. They would line black people up on television to talk about black culture, how rap music is the problem, single mothers is the problem, black fathers not being on. Every last one of us would have been made to apologize for a motherfucker acting that big of a fool in court. We were just like they're making us apologize for Ray Rice. You notice they make black folks apologize for Ray Rice. They line black people up, and if you don't denounce this motherfucker, if you say, well, hell, I just kind of want to see, it looked like they were both in the wrong, then they start attacking you. But they make us denounce all of these other black folks. They make us. When we say, hey man, what's up with how come y'all don't make sure that Darren Wilson gets arrested? Oh, we got to see more facts. I mean, we don't know what happened. We can't jump to conclusions. Dude, there's 10 witnesses. There's 10 damn witnesses who they said the same thing. Not one of the witnesses said that this man was running towards this cop. Not one. I know, but we just don't want to jump to conclusions. We can't get those people in the dominant society to throw these cops under the bus for nothing. Eric Garner, I talked about this on my show. Eric Garner, killed on camera. The police union said, well, what chokehold? I don't see no chokehold. It's on camera. Well, he didn't die from choking. They ain't going to own up to shit. It's on camera, they ain't going to own up to it. These murders are on camera and they ain't owning up to nothing. They ain't even making the people who did the murder accountable, let alone make themselves accountable. But they make y'all asses apologize for everybody. Black folks, ESPN is coon central as far as I'm concerned. ESPN is just dripping with coon juice. Every time I turn on, and I don't look at that shit for that reason. But there's always somebody on there cooning. Oh man. Oh yeah. They make us apologize for everything. Oh yeah, there were some police officers who got killed. Weren't there some cops who got shot in somewhere in Pennsylvania? There were some cops that got ambushed. There were some police officers that got ambushed out there in Pennsylvania. And they're trying to get public sympathy. Now, if we got on the same shit they were on, it wouldn't look right. If we start saying shit, well, I know the police got shot, but maybe we need to see their juvenile record. How does that sound? But yeah, I know police officers got ambushed, but did they get into a fight the day before? I mean, do we need to see their high school record? Do we need to know their state of mind before they got ambushed? Were they listening to gangster rap? Let's look at some of their Instagram photos. Were they throwing up the finger? I mean, I don't want to jump to conclusions. So what if we got on that too? Instead of just start criticizing and passing judgment. If we start that whole, well, let's just see more evidence. We should get on that too. If that's how it's going to roll, I'm like that too. I can't get upset. I just need to see more evidence. I don't know. Let's see their school record. What kind of grades did they make? Let's see what kind of grades they made. Oh, yeah. That's what Brother Claude Anderson said in his book, Powernomics. He said, look, we need to start treating people the exact same way they treat us. We need to, not better, not worse. The way people treat us, treat them the same. Treat them the same way. Say, if y'all get killed, what did you make an F on your report card? Did you get suspended when you were in high school? Because when we get killed, all of a sudden, our school record comes into play. when the cops, when the dominant society, not even the cops, when the Zimmermans and those in the dominant society, when we get our brains blown out, all of a sudden the rap music we were listening to, did that have something to do with it? Did we make good grades? Did we get suspended? Who were we on the phone with an hour before we got shot? All this bullshit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, all that got to come into play. You dig? So I look at other people the same way then. If that's the case, I'm going to say, hey, I need to see more evidence. I need to see more evidence. Yeah, old dude, when Elliot Rodger, with his little crazy white supremacist self, when he was out here shooting up women who weren't trying to holler at him, nobody looked at his school record. They didn't wheel people out to apologize for him and none of that stuff. So that whole blame the victim thing, that's real good. They do that with us. They turn the victims into the perpetrators. Dude, and just like with our brother Mike Brown, have y'all heard some of these conservative talk shows? And I talked about this before. The dude Ben Stein, he was doing an interview. He was like, well, Mike Brown was armed with his weight. He was armed with being big. That's the same shit they said about Trayvon Martin, if y'all remember. During the Trayvon Martin trial. Because, see, the thing is, when they start spewing that white supremacist rhetoric, black folks start kind of trying to dismiss it, but then they start using that to get these dirtbags off in these cases. They said the same shit about Trayvon Martin. That lawyer got up in that Trayvon Martin case and said, well, people keep saying Trayvon Martin wasn't armed. He was armed with his fist and the concrete. And the jury said, yep, that makes sense. Not guilty. Go home, Zimmerman. The jury bought it. They said Trayvon Martin's fist and the concrete were weapons. He was armed with his fist and the concrete, and they bought it. That's the thing. It's your melanin. That's the crime. So stop trying to cut deals with the white supremacists. You counter that by black empowerment. There's no way around black empowerment. There's just no way around that. That's why the minute they'll let you yell, scream, march, but when you start talking about getting that money together, then they start sending the agents around you. They start sending the agents around you. The minute you start talking about power and solutions, then they start sending the agents. Do y'all notice something about me? I've been writing books for 15 years. I have 5 books out. All the while my books have been out, I've never had negative press, ever. I've been on everything. I've never had negative press as long as my books have been out. The minute I came out with the Hidden Color series, that's when I started getting negative press. I only started getting negative press when Hidden Colors came out. That's the only time I started getting negative press. I never got negative press ever before Hidden Colors. Then all of a sudden, my books became a problem. He writes the Mackin books. Ooh, these Mackin books. But when the books were out and the books were all on the bestsellers list, the books were never a problem until Hidden Colors came out. You did? Because when you start talking about power and progress, then shit's become a threat. Then things start getting heavy. Dude, I ain't never get negative press. Dude, all my books got rave reviews. My books get rave reviews. When they were out on the bestsellers list, rave reviews for my books. New York Times gave my book a excellent review. New York Times, I mean, that's a heavy endorsement. Exactly, Aki. See, we can entertain all day long, but the minute we start talking about empowerment, they're like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Let's go back to those damn books we were just giving props to. Let's throw some Negro bedwenches out there. Let's see who's on the phone. We got a lot of folks calling. What's up? Who's calling?
This is Ray from Ohio.
Ray?
Yeah.
How you doing, Ray? What's on your mind, player?
Doing all right, man. I was just watching Kwame Ture earlier today, man. I just want to say kind of what you're talking about as far as organization and money is kind of on the same page as what he was talking about in his speeches.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, we got to get on that right now, man. Right now, man, there's no ifs, ands, or buts, man. We got to get on that economic game, and we got to stop being on this thing where we distrust each other and all that. But again, that doesn't go to mean that we should be taken advantage of by a lot of crispy little coons out here who are trying to hustle their way into the good graces of the black community for nefarious reasons. But we got to start building, and we got to start circulating our paper, and there's just no way around that. But thanks for the call, fam.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. And that's another thing, too. When it comes to empowering ourselves, we get these coons that pop out of nowhere acting like they're trying to do the right thing, putting a monkey wrench in the game. We got to get the coons up out of here. But okay, the Negro bedwenches, they criticize it, and a lot of fake Hotep niggas who are undercover agents. Yes, indeed. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, Tariq, this is CJ up in the Bay, bro.
What's up, CJ in the Bay? How you doing, fam?
Okay, just keep it up for you, fam. Hey, I got a quick question, bro.
Yeah.
Now, going back to what you were saying about how we can all contribute, and I'm going to ask this for a lot of brothers, because you got a lot of brothers out here, man, who want to struggle. You know, some, they're living paycheck to paycheck, and just unemployed or whatnot. And they feel bad because they didn't really got the paper, to put the house behind the muscle.
Yeah.
So what can we do, if anything, we can do it, to keep, help push things along, until we get our finances right.
Yeah. But what we got to do, man, we just got to really start small first. We can start small first because, see, the thing is, a lot of people in some of these other communities, they surprisingly don't have a lot of money at first, but what they do, they know how to organize and start small and build from there, and they can organize very quickly. This is why it took only a few days for them to make a lot of money for Darren Wilson. It wasn't one rich white person. It was a bunch of people donating a lot, getting on the same page. That's the problem. We got to get on the same page. We got to get an ideology that we rally around. See, those people who rallied behind Darren Wilson, their ideology is white supremacy. White supremacy is a religion, and they have no problem rallying around their religion of white supremacy. Our religion has to be melanin empowerment. That's what we got to be on. That has to be a religion to us. And we got to be on that same page, and we can build wonders if we just got that code. The problem is we just won't get that code. We start sitting up talking about, well, how come Oprah don't buy me nothing? It's that bullshit. And we can put all our money together and get shit done very quickly and very easily if we just get a code, man. So it's very important to just surround yourselves around the right black folks who want to be progressive. That's the key, bro. You feel me?
I feel you. And just another quick note, bro. Let's go with this. I was there at the premiere night open.
Yes.
And like you said, I was there, and as soon as the credits rolled, brothers were out. They was up getting it popping right there in the theater.
Yes, indeed.
And then even afterwards, when we was out front of the theater, brother had a camera going around, asking about what we need to do. I mean, he even put that on YouTube.
Yes,
so,
indeed. Yes,
so
indeed.
energy is there. It's just it's starting to slow.
Yeah, we need to know where to put it. We just need to know where to put that energy. That's why I want to get out here on the road and get it popping.
Right. Even my family, they were afraid of watching Hidden Colors, but now they starting to bite on it too. So it's slowly starting to take effect.
Yes,
and thanks to you, brother. So I'm gonna let you go, but brother, hey, thank you, bro. Much respect for you, fam.
Much respect, fam. Yes, indeed. And that's the thing, man. They're black people, and I talked to a lot of people who said, "Man, my family, they're scared. They're scared to watch it." And they're black people. When you start talking about empowerment, they're black people who are literally scared of black empowerment. They're scared of getting away from the nest of white supremacy. Even though you're losing, they're people who are comfortable being in a losing position. Losing is like, okay, look, I get to eat every day. I get a roof over my head. That's good enough for me. I don't mind being third fiddle. I don't mind. Just don't rock the boat. But the thing is, the white supremacists are already rocking the boat. See, that boat, you're not going to be able to float on that little comfortable boat too long. You thought that this little jive-ass boat they let you float on with ramen noodles, cable, a couple of bus passes, you think that little boat that they let you float on side, they got the big ship with the luxuries and all this, and you like on the little rowboat tinging along, taking all the scraps from the big ship. You're like, I'm cool, I'm comfortable. Some sharks come in and get me every now and then. I get the boat capsized every now and then, but I'm good. They're tired of towing you. They're tired of towing your little boat now. They want to just go ahead and let you sink. That's what you don't understand. They're ready to let your little ass sink. They're tired. They're just coming up with all the justifications they need to knock your little tugboat over, while you should have been building your own ship. There's nothing stopping you from building your own ship. Now, the white supremacists might try to thwart that, but they can't choose and dictate where you spend your money. What's up, St. Louis Soul Brother? Oh, yeah. With Hidden Colors, when we start talking about religion, I remember we're in the theaters and all the Hidden Colors, whenever the part of religion came up, you could hear gasps. They're like, oh, shit. They're about to go there. But we didn't go too hard. We didn't really get in on people. We just told the truth about religion and the races of people. So we just really broke it down. So even a lot of the hardcore Christian brothers, because we're not really shitting on Christianity. We're not throwing that under the bus. We're just trying to let you know that the white Jesus facade, that's not something that you should be worshiping, because it's completely false. And we're giving you the historic African origin of Christianity. Oh yeah, French. Are you talking about the white dude who was talking about black people getting their money together? Yeah, somebody posted a link of some white dude. He was talking about how black people are scary because if black people start getting their money together, it's going to be a problem. There's a white dude who said this. So people know this. People understand that if we start getting our economics together, because that's the one thing that is when you start discussing your economics, that conversation, people try to derail it. What's up, Gator? You said you thought I was going to put the Bible verse where they said Jesus had skin. No, because I wanted to go deeper in that. Because, see, when you start quoting Bible verses, you can speculate. You can leave a lot of that up to speculation. I wanted straight facts. I wanted to go to straight facts. I heard about that, Aki. There was a black dentist who got fired by talking about Ferguson. I'm like, okay, that's crazy. Oh yeah, Brother Valentine is that dude. So yeah, I'm still thinking. I got some ideas for Hidden Colors 4. When I'm doing the Hidden Colors series, trying to get ideas, that's when I travel. I travel a lot and just kind of go where the ancestors tell me. That's how I get ideas. I travel a lot and the ancestors speak to me. Sometimes the ancestors will be like, "Hey, go down to Central America." And I don't ask no questions. When it tells me to go, I go. The ancestors say, "Go to Tahiti." I get up and go. I ask no questions. And when I get to these places, I swear it's like the ancestors are talking to me. It's like when I did Hidden Colors 2, I just kept hearing these voices telling me to go to these random ass places. So like, go to Costa Rica. All right, let me go to Costa Rica. I went to Costa Rica. There's African statues all over that bitch. There's so many African statues all over Costa Rica. I was like, oh, this is what they were telling me. Ancestors like, go over to Malaysia. Just go. Well, all right, I'm going to go to Malaysia. I go to Malaysia. I go like in the rainforest. Black folks with afros walking around. I'm telling you, the ancestors be speaking to me, man. I believe in the ancestors' energy. We are spiritual people. So your ancestors say, pay your phone bill. The ancestors talk to us. The ancestors talk to us. That's that voice in your head telling you, warning you. That's that voice in your head that's warning you. It's protecting you too. Nigga, because I've had some, I remember the ancestors would tell me to not go certain places. There's some, you get that feeling, just some say, hey man, you need to bounce. I've been to places, man. I went to one place, for example, some friends, they went to hang out at a place called Hanson Dam out in Pacoima. And just something just told me, we're out there having a good time. And something told me, leave right now. Just leave. A voice just said, leave. I'm like, okay, let me go. Let me just go. About 30 minutes after I left, that whole place got shot up. Because I had some friends who were Bloods, and a lot of Bloods are in Pacoima. And some Crips came up there and sprayed that shit. I'm like, damn. So I've always had little voices like that. Some voices saying don't go to Sawtooth, but I didn't listen. I didn't obey the ancestors. Sometimes when I don't obey, when I get that voice saying, hey man, don't you go to Sawtooth, and I go, like, damn, I shouldn't have went to Sawtooth. So your ancestors be snitching on white folks. Oh, Aki, Sawtooth was oh my God. These dudes kept talking up Sawtooth. They were making it seem like it was such a hot spot. They were making it, oh, shame on you dudes in Chicago. Shame on you dudes in Chicago. Number one, it was, not only was it real ghetto, it was real small. It was like a real small, tight place. And me and Ola, we looking around like it was me, Ola, and it was me, Ola, Sean, my cousin. We looking around like, oh God, nigga, just to make sure nobody hit us in the head with bottles. And I saw one of the dudes from the lecture at Sawtooth. He see me like I'm supposed to give him props, like I'm supposed to pop my collar at him. You're like, what's up, nigga? I told you it was popping, didn't I? I'm like, nigga, if you don't get your ass out my face. This nigga walked up on me like I'm supposed to just pop all my collars to his ass. Like, no. Nigga, it looked like the kind of club that Jerome from Martin would own. Sawtooth is hood as hell. I'm telling you. A few days after we left Chicago, there was a shooting at this spot, nigga. Find the link. I'm not even making this up. There was a shooting at some. There's police tape. I'm like, man. Oh yeah, we gotta. What's going on in St. Louis after we do the lecture and everything? We gotta see what's happening in St. Louis. I'm gonna have to go up to Sweetie Pies and get me some fried chicken wings or something. Because we're going to hit up some spots out there in St. Louis. You know, did the ancestors tell me to eat that peanut brittle? You know, I saw the peanut brittle. I wasn't listening to nothing. I saw that peanut brittle. I wasn't listening to nothing. Get the mac and cheese. Yes, indeed. Let's see who's on the phone. What's up? Who's calling? All right. Dude hung up. Hello, you still here? Yo. All right, he ain't saying nothing. And don't forget, we're going to be in St. Louis October 4th. That's in a few weeks from now. Free screening of Hidden Colors 3. I'm going to be there. The whole crew is going to be there. We're going to be there chopping up game with everybody. Free admission. Come on in. We're going to have a discussion afterwards. Talk about getting people registered to vote so they can go ahead and get some of those people recalled since they don't want to arrest Officer Darren Wilson. Hey, who is this? What's up? Who's calling?
Tariq, it's Danny, call from California.
What's up, Danny? How you doing, man?
Oh, very good, brother. All good. Yes.
What part of Cali you from?
Hey, what was that?
What part of Cali you from, Dan?
I'm from the white suburbia of Fremont, California.
There you go. There you go. What's on your mind?
All right, Tariq, I got a quick question. Okay. The only people I listen to really is you and the Black Authority, Jason Black.
Yes. Shout out to Jason. Yes.
Yeah, so I say you two are the most deepest brothers I'm hearing. I mean, at first, I'll be honest with you. I used to listen to Tommy all the time, but ever since he went on you, and then especially when he went on my favorite queen of all, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, yeah. I considered him a queen of all time, hands down.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, but it's my main question is, when you were going in on Tommy. Like the one issue I had a little bit. I mean, it's not that big of an issue, but right. I feel like the whole dark-skin issue that you had to pull on him. I feel like that wasn't really that necessary for you to do that on him.
What dark-skin issue did I pull? I want you to be very specific because that crispy thing ain't got nothing to do with him being dark.
Okay, no problem. Okay. The one thing I see mostly in the black community is this whole rank on.
Wait, hold on. But no, brother, I want you to answer a specific question. I want to know, when did I go in on that man being dark? I said nothing about that man being dark. Nothing at all.
You referred to him as being crispy.
I did say crispy. That don't mean you dark. Crispy means you just ashy. A potato chip is crispy. Krispy Kreme donuts are not black. they're crispy, they're flaky. That's what I'm clowning the nigga being dry and ashy. Ain't nothing to do with his skin tone. Lupita is dark and chocolate. She's not crispy. I call him crispy because he's ashy and flaky. That's what I'm talking about.
So basically, if you told any black person the definition of crispy, they're going to refer to your definition?
Well, I don't know what their definition is going to be. I'm telling you what I'm saying. That's why I said he's crispy. He's crispy. He's a crispy coon, not because he's dark. All dark people are not crispy. That's not why I'm not. It has nothing to do with the man's skin tone whatsoever. He's an ashy bastard. That's why I'm calling him crispy. He's ashy as fuck. He's crispy and crusty. That's what I'm talking about. I don't go in on dark people. My daughter's mother's real dark. I like dark women, so that's not it. So I wouldn't even talk about a person's complexion. I don't talk about people's complexions like that.
Okay. So I listened to an old podcast of you saying Akon was a burnt up brother.
Because he's dark. He's dark. Akon is dark, but I wasn't really talking about the brother in a very negative sense. I was talking about he's just real dark. Not in a negative sense. I like Akon.
Okay. So it was a podcast where it was a caller was calling about he couldn't get any girls in a certain place that he was at, and he was saying that all these girls were into this dark skin, but it looked almost just like Akon.
Right. And I was giving them props for getting women. I talked about Seal, not in a negative way, because a lot of dudes have this dark skin complex, and I'm like, well, look, Seal is black than a motherfucker. He get women, so I'm talking about it in a complimentary way. You feel me?
I do, but like
I didn't say it. But I didn't say it. I didn't say he's a dark skinned nigga and fuck him. He's ugly. I'm like, he's a dark brother. He dark as hell. He get women. So I'm talking about it in a complimentary way, brother. I don't really go in on dark people and talk about people's complexions like that. I don't do that.
Okay, all right. Well, like, I know. Okay, no problem, Tariq. I just feel like.
But when you say stuff like that, you got to be very specific and very clear about what you're trying to say, and you just can't throw out some shit and it's not being true. You dig? You just can't throw out some shit and it's not true. Again, I didn't say anything about that dude's complexion, and again, I wouldn't talk about it. I don't talk about people's complexion. I mean, there's a lot more to get on that coon about. You dig? Than his complexion. There's a lot more to get on him about. But he is crispy because he don't use lotion. He's a crispy bastard. And that's all I got to say about that. Got it?
Yeah, I got you, Tariq. Okay,
all right, man.
No problem.
All right, man. You have a good one, fam. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Yes, indeed. There you go. Yeah, my man was reaching. He was trying to reach. I should have asked the man, is he dark or whatever? Yeah. Ain't said nothing about that dude's complexion. I know it's fake outrage. That's just fake outrage. Yeah, he was calling to troll for Crispy. And he was trying to troll for Crispy. That's what he was trying to do. And then he started, I shitted on his whole trolling argument. He was trying to troll for Crispy. You dig? Crispy don't mean dark. No, it doesn't. Is Krispy Kreme donut, is that dark? Crispy ain't got nothing to do with dark. Potato chips are crispy. It's about you being ashy and unwashed. That's what I mean. See, the dude, when you get up talking about something, he called me black, everybody, he called me black and crispy, you're a woman. You're like a chick. You're just making up stuff. You're like a hood rat. You're just making up some shit that ain't there. You dig? I don't go in on dark folks. There's some beautiful dark people out there. There are beautiful dark people out there. That motherfucker ain't one of them. He's a crispy bastard. What's up? Who's calling?
Yo, this is Champion Gear from South Florida.
Champion Gear, how you doing, family?
I'm doing really good, my man. I wanted to tell you about the situation with Crispy. I'm the one that set up his name a while ago. Hold on, I'm a little nervous.
Okay.
I usually do the highlights for the videos.
Okay.
And I would usually put a little comical things in it.
Okay.
Since you're doing the roast, I came out and said Crispy was gonna get extra burnt for this roast, and that was just supposed to be a joke.
Oh, okay.
And of course, I said that because you didn't say it within any of your videos.
Right.
So I said it as a joke, and he probably took it out of context.
Oh, okay.
And,
But he's a liar anyway, so he would just make up something. That's all he does is lie. He lied.
That's what I'm saying. He's trying to get more views. He's just trying to.
He's desperate.
To start something.
Yeah, I know. He's desperate. I mean, and all those dudes, when I roast them, they go through the same process. It's the same thing. When I roasted Ace Monkey, he came back with a bunch of lame, unfunny, corny videos. Crispy came back with a bunch of lame, unfunny videos. Then they just keep going and going and going. And they start lying about stuff. They got to come up with something to try to stay halfway relevant. And eventually, he's just going to burn himself out with being extra corny. Now people are ambushing his shows now. So, I take a cue from the great Napoleon. They say when a motherfucker's losing, when somebody's losing, don't interrupt them. So I just let them lose. There you go. But thanks for the call, man. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Man. The number is 818-850-5404. That's the number, family. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, Tariq. This is R from Brooklyn.
Hey, what's going on with you, family?
What's going on? Yeah, I'm just calling because I have an all-star team of scientists, black scientists, and I'm just wondering, how do I go about getting funding for their said laboratory focused on black health?
Oh, man. Well, you can do the crowdfunding thing. Work the social media network, and it has to be something that's going to be unique and also something that's going to be very easy to explain on why it's beneficial to the black community. And it definitely has to be a unique twist to it. So if you got these scientists, you got to say, well, hey, look, I got some people who can come up with ways to lose weight naturally in the black community. There has to be a very interesting twist that will grab the public to make people want to get down and invest with it. That's what they do with the ALS thing. The ALS thing, they made it a hashtag and a challenge, and they've raised gazillion dollars for this bullshit within just the last year. You dig? So you have to also market your science a certain way and use propaganda in media. Propaganda is not a bad thing all the time. People look at it as negative, but you need certain propaganda and marketing tips to get your methodologies out there. So look at it from that standpoint. We always got to understand how to brand our things that we put out there. Branding it is very important. That's why Hidden Colors, it's so successful, because it was branded differently. It wasn't branded from a fake Hotep perspective. It didn't come with a dirty flag and a little bitty bedroom and a nigga with incense and all that. It came from a whole new perspective where it was glitzy, it was glamorous, and it was bringing a lot of information that has never been seen in a very glamorous, fast-paced, glitzy way, and that's how it took off. So you have to market certain things certain ways. But email me so we can chop up game about that, because I like to politic with you on that, brother. Email me at info@tariqelite.com. Got it?
All right, thank you, man.
Thanks, fam. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Nick said all-star scientists, dope boys. Hilarious. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. People trying to debate what crispy ain't got shit to do with black. Oh, if it's black, it ain't even crispy, it's burnt. No, I'm not shitting on the conscious community. I'm not, because because you got real brothers who are conscious and you got a bunch of fake Hotep dudes out here. Not shitting on the conscious community. Brothers who are very conscious, I ain't mad at you. But the thing is, you got some of these dusty-ass niggas out here who ain't got no inkling of consciousness in them. You know, walking around with a turban and some incense on some hater shit. Yes, all this crispy talk making you hungry. Yeah. Man. But yeah, Black and crispy, two different things. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, Tariq. I'm glad to get in contact with you, player.
What's up? Who's this?
This is Tony from Rialto.
Hey, what's up, Tone? How you doing, fam?
Man, I always wanted to get in contact with you because I had a debate while I was at work about the difference between what is white and what is black. As far as it being a mentality.
As far as it being a mentality?
Yeah, how you can be a black person and have a white man's mentality, and you can be a white person and have a black man's mentality or something.
Yeah. There's a difference. I mean, it's hard to quantify what a person's mentality is, but white supremacy is definitely an ideology that has been legalized. It's a very real ideology, and there are a lot of black people who take on that ideology. And we live in a system where black people are subjugated under the system of white supremacy. So it's a very real ideology, and it comes from a mindset. So it's a very real mindset. White supremacy is a reality. It's just not an ideology. It's a reality based on ideology.
Okay, I have a real cheap phone here, player. I know you go on these prepaid phones.
Yes, indeed.
But I'm just glad to get in contact with you right now.
No doubt, man. All right, thank you for the call, brother.
I'm really
okay. The brother phone was killing me. Okay, this brother's phone was killing me. Man. But again, man, we gotta be on a level of getting our economics in order and not be fooled by the Jedi mind tricks they pull on us. See, we get Jedi mind tricks pulled on us as black folks. See, we get tokenism. What they do, a lot of times, people in the dominant society will put a few black people out in the front and make it seem like progress. But all the resources are controlled by those in the dominant society. See, they'll put a few people out there and say, hey, look at this person, look at this person, look at this person. He's black. We ain't racist. Racism is gone. We're all a melting pot. But the people controlling the wealth and the resources are those in the dominant society. You understand? Paperless, I never called them a black crispy turd. I didn't say that. Paperless, if you make up something that's not true, we're going to have to ban you, brother. We're not going to have that. Paperless, Aki, ban Paperless, because he's just cooning for no reason. But like I said, a lot of us, we get put in the forefront, and that's the Jedi mind trick. That's the Jedi mind trick. Hold on, let me see if I can ban Paperless Star, because I'm trying to make a point here. Paperless Star. But the thing is, when you talk about owning something, they don't publicize that much. See, we got to understand this. A lot of times when people talk about black images, the images that black people get, because I hear a lot of suspected white supremacists talk about how black people gravitate towards negative images, and that's part of the problem with black folks. We have negative role models, which is a crock of bullshit. But the images of black people, who control those images? Who controls those images? Who controls the media outlets that put those images out? We don't control any of that. The dominant society controls what image of black people is going to be seen. You understand? So we got to understand how the game works and not fall for the tokenism. Because when you start talking about owning your resources, owning your wealth, that gets downplayed. Do y'all know who's one of the most successful producers in Hollywood? Black or white. One of the most successful producers in Hollywood is a black dude. A lot of folks don't even know. Now, when you think of producers, you think of like Tyler Perry because they put Tyler Perry in the front, with a lot of his movies. But one of the most successful producers, especially black producers in Hollywood, is a brother named Byron Allen. There's a brother named Byron Allen, who's one of the most successful producers, black producers in Hollywood. Real low key. A lot of folks don't know too much about Byron Allen. Now, Byron Allen's been around for a long time. Byron's been around since the 70s. He's a comedian, does real clean comedy. A lot of folks thought he was kind of corny. See, black folk, that's our thing. We be looking at motherfuckers being corny and all that. But this motherfucker's sitting on $500 million. You dig? But Byron's been in the game for a minute. But yeah, you say he had a terrible comedy show, but the thing is, Byron's pimping the fucking game. Byron is getting paper. Byron Allen does a lot of these little cheap shows, cost pennies to make. And what he does, he makes these little shows, like a comedy show here, a little comedy talk show there, real cheap shows. Then he will give it to the network for free. He'll say, network, you can have the show for free, but what I want 50% of the advertising dollars. I want to bring in my own advertisers. So he already has hookups with Pepsi, AT&T, and all this stuff. So he gets a grip of money on the back end. And that's been his hustle. And it works for him. This dude has a whole bunch of shows because he brings in his own sponsors. And this dude, and clock damn near like, 600 million? This dude is sitting on paper quietly. Yeah, and I popped my collar to Byron. Y'all got me calling him Brian. Byron Allen. Yeah, he produces a whole bunch of these cheap shows and he stacks paper like that. Real quiet, real low key. They don't publicize that. But the brother's he's making smart moves. He's moving in silence. Tyler Perry's more in the forefront. It's more of a bigger budget. But Byron Allen is hustling the game. I'm not mad at that brother. Byron Allen's sitting on damn near $500 million on the quiet. I ain't mad at Byron Allen. I'm not mad at him. Oh, no. You see, the thing is, black folks get on this thing about motherfuckers being corny and all that. Be on your paper game, dude. Be on your paper game. Yeah, they say he runs the Walmart of television. Yeah. So I'm not mad at that brother. I'm not mad at the brother. Oh, yeah, Tim Reed, too. Tim Reed gets it in, too. Yeah, look up Byron Allen. He does these shows. He had like Comics Unleashed. It was a real cheap show. Basically had a bunch of comedians sitting around just kind of telling jokes with each other. I mean, simple. You can shoot this show for a couple of $1,000s, dude. But he's hustling the game. He knows how to go in and get those sponsors, man. So I ain't mad at the brother. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, Tariq, this is Manny from Bay Area.
Hey, what's up, Manny? How you doing, man?
Hey, I just want to chime in on what my brother said about the word crispy itself. And I want to ask you, how is it used over there in LA itself?
You calling me about the word crispy?
Yes, I'm calling you, and I know to you it's a small thing, but to us as
you damn nigga!
Let's see who else is on the phone. What's up? Who's calling?
Yo, what's going on, Tariq?
What's up? Who is this?
This is Let's Speak, Stretch on Twitter.
Hey, how you doing, Stretch? What's on your mind, man?
No, I just wanted to say I had a discussion with somebody at work, and I want to get your opinion on this.
Yeah.
They said homosexuals are a protected class, right? And I strictly told this person, I said, why are they protected class? Black men need to be the protected class because last time I checked, homosexuals not being hung, castrated, killed in large numbers. In large numbers. I said, so how they protect the class? And she's defending them. Like it's her last, like she's put her life on the line for them with her words. What do you think about that?
Well, the thing is, what she's saying is correct in a certain degree because they are protected class because they protect themselves. See, many people in the gay community, they will put up their money. They will support each other financially. They will say, hey, look, if you attack a gay person, we're going to rally around each other to stop you from doing that. We're going to rally around each other so we can raise money to give to Obama to speak up for gay rights. So what they will do, that means they will circle their wagons and protect themselves. That's something that black folks won't do. See, we keep thinking somebody else is going to protect us, and that's just not going to happen. We got to protect ourselves. We got to start looking out for ourselves economically. Because when she says they're protected class, that means they're protected economically. They got their money game together so that they can buy politicians and influence legislation and all that stuff. And that's what we have to do. But we keep fucking around thinking that, well, but Obama's black, we black, so he gonna look out for us. And Barack Obama ain't looking out for none of us. He ain't gonna say nothing in favor of black folks or nothing. So we got to understand how money talks and bullshit walks. We got to get our economic game up, man. Thanks for the call,
and
man.
One thing real quick. I know you're a busy guy. You got to go. But what do you think? I'm writing a book on the divide between men and women. How do you think that's going to go? Because it's a big divide in 2014.
Well, it just depends on what the book topic is about and what the subject is about. But let me know what it's about, man. Email me and we'll chop it up. All right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, nigga, let me tell you something. There's definitely racism within the gay community, too. There's definitely, because when I did that video talking about is gay the new black, y'all look that up on YouTube. There's a lot of brothers in the gay community hit me up. They were like, hey, man, truth be told, you right, Tariq, man. There's a lot of white supremacist gay dudes. Some of these cats, they be on those dating websites and those gay dudes, those gay white dudes, like, look, no black guy. I'm looking for a relationship. No black guy. They'll look at you for just slumming sex and all that old stuff and cruising for sex. But as far as relationship, they be having the same white supremacist views as those in the rest of society. In many cases, not all, but in many cases. But yeah, some of those gay white dudes have the same white supremacist mindsets. Man. Yes, indeed. Don't forget, man, St. Louis. We're coming to St. Louis on October 4th, Saturday, 5:30 p.m. We're having a screening, Hidden Colors 3. Y'all don't want to miss it. Y'all do not want to miss it, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all, let me get up out of here. I'm going to have the music playing tonight. We're going to get some Tariq Elite Radio going on so y'all can chop up game among yourselves, all that good stuff. But let me get up out of here. All right, y'all. Wednesday show coming up this Wednesday, chopping up game. Email me at info@tariqelite.com. Follow me on Twitter. Everybody follow me at Tariq Nasheed. Follow me on Instagram at Tariq Elite. The show is going to stop for about 30 seconds. Don't go nowhere. We're going to have Tariq Radio going. The music is going to be playing. Y'all can still chop up game in the chat room. Holla.